Alright. So, I suppose it's technically day 4. It's after the weekend though. It's Monday. So it'll be day 4, but a bit of a recap for the weekend, I guess. Friday seemed to go nowhere. Worked in the morning, like usual, come home, bit of lunch, did some mowing, had to get ready to make sure the front yard was mowed before we start putting up Christmas lights. Anyway, it got to Friday night. I don't know, there was a bit of a theme for the weekend. Didn't really feel like I did anything. Didn't achieve anything. Which seems to happen a lot. I suppose you start to kind of wonder whether you've wasted the time, wasted the weekend. Back at work Monday. You get home, it's going to be late. Weekend's kind of the only time you get to do anything that's not sort of work related. I feel that if I don't jam a heap of stuff in, doing a heap of things, I feel like it's a bit of a waste. Yeah, I don't know. Then on Saturday, same thing. We sort of got up in the morning, did some stuff around the house. We were going out Saturday afternoon. So, I don't know, kind of spent the morning just doing some stuff, but mostly just sort of waiting to leave, I guess. Still had a bit to do, but didn't really do too much other than just regular stuff around the house. Anyway, Saturday night, afternoon, night, went. Watched a mate's young bloke. He competed in this event, and he done really well, and he got the win. And it was a different feeling for that. Like, I was so nervous for him. And as he's racing, I felt a worry for him as well. Like he's one of my best mates' kids. And I felt like that's where the worry might have come from. It was something that I hadn't really had before. I've watched him race before, and it's never really been the same, but it was a big race for him. And he did do well. He did really well. But I think the biggest sort of thing I took away from the afternoon and the night was how much support that he had. Like his family was there. I suppose I've known him since he was a tiny little kid. I don't get to see him with his family too much, just because time and life. But I've still got to watch this young man grow up and to achieve something like he has, that makes me proud of him. And his family can be rough and they have their moments, but they were still all there to support him. He still gives us a hug. We all give him a hug. We told him that we were proud of him. And I think that was something that was very different, that didn't really sort of happen a lot in previous generations. And it's something that I try with my kids now to tell them, I'm proud of what you've done, even if to me it's something small, but it's still, especially for them at such a young age, it's still a big thing for them to remember to do certain things or to achieve certain things. I guess it's something that for a lot of people, a lot of men, they still don't hear enough of when they do achieve something. Well, my dad's told me, quite a few times that he's proud of what I've done. But that's also been more of a recent thing. In the last, I don't know, so like 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years maybe. It's become a lot more of a recent kind of a thing that's happened. When I was growing up, I don't remember whether he did or not. I don't remember hearing it very often, like at all, as a child. Which is something that, I don't know if that affected me in any way. Probably has. That's what it is. Just trying to do better. Tell my kids I'm proud of them when they do something that's they've set out to do. Tell my missus that I'm proud of them. I try to as much as I can. She completed study while she was pregnant. There are so many women that while they're pregnant are studying or still working, trying to run a business. And it's got to be so difficult. And it's hard enough as a bloke to be able to do any of those things without emotional changes hourly, daily, hourly. It's hard to be able to find the motivation to keep doing the things that we need to achieve something. And that's without the added pressure of, is the baby okay? Am I eating the right food? Am I doing enough movement? I think that gets forgotten sometimes by everybody. There can be so much going on mentally for women as well, as they're trying to combat those sort of body and mental changes. But there's still a lot of that sort of comes from the whole pregnancy in general, whether you're male or female. And if we can be there together to help each other, to understand each other and communicate with each other, it can be so much easier. You've got to be able to have those conversations and start those conversations, which can be difficult, especially with men. Men don't like talking. I don't like talking. It doesn't seem that way, but I don't. But everybody says, the biggest thing that needs to happen during pregnancy is communication between partners. You don't want to lose the spark, and you don't want to be fighting with each other, and it's easy to do. You both get caught up in your own heads. It's hard to get back out. Anyway, Saturday night, finally got home. It was late, but it was a good night. Kids played with other kids outside, built a big hut, a big shack out of falling down sticks. It was awesome for them to just be kids, old school kids, playing with sticks, rocks, trees. Outside in the dirt. Sunday rolls around, later start because obviously Saturday night we didn't get home till late. So up a little bit later on Sunday morning. Say a bit later, it was still 6 or 6:30. And then it was time to start putting up Christmas decorations. And it was difficult. It was so much harder this year. Got a bit of a bug knee. I can't really do too much, and I need the kids to help. And at their age, it's they try their best, but it's still difficult. Partner can't really help too much because she's trying to keep the youngest sort of happy and content. He wants to be held by somebody, but he also doesn't want to be held by somebody because he wants to be crawling and running and moving, so he can be very tiring, very, very tiring. But, it's hot, and I did start to get frustrated with it outside in the heat. Things just weren't going the way that I wish they would. I knew I was getting frustrated, but I was just trying so hard not to. It wasn't anybody's fault that things weren't working properly. It wasn't the kids' fault. It wasn't my partner's fault. It wasn't my fault. Sometimes it can be hard to admit that it's not anybody's fault. It's not my fault. I suppose I do feel very responsible sometimes when things don't go right. I don't know why. believe that it's been my fault. Sometimes it just can't be helped though, I guess. Sometimes it doesn't matter how much you do, it just doesn't work. So, there's nothing we can do about it. Just push on through. Show a bit of grit, get it done. Get inside. Make it really cool. Just try and, yeah, it didn't work out exactly how I sort of hoped, but still there. Still more than I was doing 5 years ago. I wasn't even celebrating Christmas 5 years ago, really. There wasn't decorations, there wasn't there wasn't parties, or there wasn't anything. Christmas Day, a couple of presents, a couple of text messages, but that was it. For a long time, I never really liked Christmas. I think because as a kid, Christmas was never a great time of year. Split up, mother and father. Two Christmases, yeah. But those two Christmases, it always seemed to result in something. There was always a problem somewhere. There was always, I'll get this toy here, but I can't take it there. It just made it not a great time of year. So as soon as I didn't have to celebrate Christmas, I didn't really want to anymore. And I think now with the kids and how much my partner likes Christmas, she loves it. She loves the decorations, and the shirts and clothes, and the matching Christmas stuff, and movies and music. And because she enjoys it so much, it makes me enjoy it. And it becomes a happy time again, even though it's stressful. Still happy. Anyway, home now. It's another one done. See ya.